Hello, this is Mikel Perez and welcome to this demonstration of the WP internal links plugin. As a testing platform, I'm going to use this site that I just cranked up with a few posts related to psoriasis that you can see here, and also with some typical pages like privacy policy, medical disclaimer, earnings disclaimer, and contact us. And the idea is to use the plugin to promote two different pages. One is a review, which is a review for a ClickBank product, which is the lamest review ever written, but it's just for demonstration purposes, so I don't care about it. And the second one is, of course, the home page of the site. Okay, so let's get into the dashboard and see how easy it is to install the plugin, configure it, and start creating links to direct customers, and also to direct link juice from the Google robots to the pages that we want to promote. So we just have to go into plugins, add new, click on upload, select the file, which is WP Interlinks, and click on install. We activate it. And you see that there's a new menu here called WP Internal Links. The WP Internal Links main page is just a presentation screen, which is very important for you to check from time to time. Right now there's an introduction to the plugin and a very brief description of what you should do when you install it in order to have it running. There will be much more in-depth and detailed videos in the members area. But the idea is that we can create these four types of structures. A hub, where all different posts and pages in the structure point to a central node. A ring, where each one posts to the next one, creating a closed loop. A web, which is a combination of the previous two. We have a ring surrounding the structure and a hub pointing to a central node. And a star, which is a way to create somehow a double ring. We have a regular ring surrounding the structure, and also from this post we have not only one link but also a second link pointing to another post or page in your site. So the first thing we have to do is go into general settings, and we have to copy the license key. We can now test it, and it says that the license key is validated and we can start using the plugin. If you now click on WP Internal Links, you will see that there are new submenus available because the plugin has already, or the license has been validated, so we know that you are a registered user. So let's get back to the general settings. Besides the license key itself, there are two introductory texts that you can, or you have to in fact, enter here, and these are the texts that will be added before each link that is placed within the structures. For instance, if you want to add at the bottom or at the top of this post a message saying, hey, if you are interested in this topic, just click here to learn more about whatever. So let's enter something here. I have already some message here from another test I did before, and link 2, also another message that you can use. If you can always refer to the rectangle, the 8th rectangle at the top, and you can see what link 1 is and what link 2 is, the red or green arrows depending on the case. So the first message will be used for link 1s and the second one for link 2s. And now, just for this test, we will select to post a link at the top. Okay, so these are just the general settings. If we go into manage structures, as expected, it just says that there are no structures created yet, and we can click on this button here or in this submenu here, which both take us to the same screen, where we can select which structure we want to create and everything. Every nice little thing that we can do with this plugin. So in this case, I'm going to do two things. First of all, I'm going to use the legal or the general pages like the about, contact us, privacy policy, etc., to direct some link just to the home page. So I'm going to create a hub for that. I'll call it hub to home page. As I think I have 4 of these pages, I select 4 nodes. The central node does not count, as we say here in the message. And see how easy it is. We just select the different pages, contact us, earnings disclaimer, medical disclaimer, and privacy policy. These are the 4 pages that will point to, in our case, the home page in this structure that we are creating. I can enter a text here which will be the anchor text. In this case, let's say I choose get rid of psoriasis, and I use the same text for all of them. Get rid of psoriasis, get rid of psoriasis, and get rid of psoriasis. And we click on Save Structure. Okay, so now we are in the Manage Structures page, and we see that we have a new structure created called Hub to Home Page, which is a hub that we can edit or we could delete if we wanted to. If we now go to any of these pages, for instance the privacy policy, which was created automatically by a plugin, we see that at the top we have the message here. If you want to read more about this topic, visit. This is what we entered in the introductory text for link 1. We have the anchor text that we enter in the structure, which was, as we can see here, get rid of psoriasis, and it's pointing to the home page. So we just created in a few seconds, we created a structure, a link structure pointing to the home page in 4 different pages that are now linking to the home page of the site. Okay, let's do another thing. Let's use now these 5 posts that I had created related to psoriasis, and let's create a web pointing to the review of this ClickBank product that we had, so that for once we may get them from going from one post to the other, so we keep them for a longer time on the site. And as a second advantage, we may get them to click on the link, or we may get them to click on this banner that I introduced here just for demonstration purposes also. So just let's create a new structure. We said it was going to be a web. I'll call it web pointing to review. I seem to not be able to type today. We have 5 posts, so I select 5 nodes. Remember that the central one doesn't count. And we will select the 5 posts here. It's interesting, you see that now the pages that we selected before for the other structure don't appear. That's because we didn't want to include many different links in each page, so you will only be able to select each post or page as a source of an outgoing link once. We don't want to have 3 different messages saying, hey, if you want to read more, go here. Hey, if you want to read more, go here. Hey, if you want to read more. That's not useful. It's not user friendly, so we limited that, and you are only able to select each post or each page once as a source for one of these structures. Okay, so I have selected the 5 posts here. If you see, it's auto-populating the link to combos, because in the case of the web, it knows it has to create this ring, so you don't even need to do that. Once you select here that one of the posts is going to be what is genital psoriasis, well, he knows that the target link of this node has to, the target link in node 1 has to point to the next one, this one has to point to this one, etc., so that you can close the ring and create this red structure around the the web in the case of this structure that we are creating. And the target link will be the page which is the review, as we said. Okay, so we can enter a text here which is psoriasis free for life review, and just for demonstration purposes I'll paste it in all the cases for link 1. And in the anchor text for link 2, let's say here genital psoriasis is psoriasis contagious palmoplantar psoriasis psoriasis and let's see if I can type that correctly, erythrodermic psoriasis. Okay, so I think everything's ready. Just click on save structure and see that it has taken us a few seconds, but we have created a very complex structure here. If we go into the different posts now, you see that at the top we have automatically included a paragraph that says, if you want to read more about this topic, visit Psoriasis Free for Life review, which is the main review where we want them to go to, and the link to, which points to the next one in the cycle or the next one in the ring. Or you could also check genital psoriasis. If we click here, we go to this one. What is genital psoriasis? And again, we have a link to Psoriasis Free for Life review, or you could also check, is psoriasis contagious? And we could go through all the ring, and this is created automatically. And here comes the nice part. Imagine that Penguin comes and you don't want to have all the links pointing to your structure using the same anchor text. Okay, you don't have to enter into each of the posts and edit it manually. You just go into the structure, for instance, and we introduce Psoriasis Free for Life review. Here we can say our Psoriasis Free for Life review. So here we can say for Psoriasis Free review. Here we can leave the one we entered, and here again our Psoriasis Free for Life. We just click on update the structure, and I don't know, depending on the case, I don't know, Psoriasis Free for Life review. Let's go to the next one. Here we have our Psoriasis Free for Life review. Here we have Psoriasis Free for Life review. Here we have our Psoriasis Free for Life review. And here we have Psoriasis Free review. So you can see how easy it is to edit the structure and how easy it is to create some anchor text variation to be kind of Penguin safe. We can also do the same with the hub we created originally, pointing to the home page. Instead of just using get rid of psoriasis in all the cases, we can, for instance, use a naked link to the URL in a couple of the cases. We leave get rid of psoriasis as the name, and here we will enter psoriasis free for life. Now we update the structure, and now if we check the pages inside contact us, we see that we have get rid of psoriasis. If we go to the privacy policy, we have Psoriasis Free for Life now, which is just the name of the site. If we go inside the medical disclaimer, we have the anchor text, or the naked URL as the anchor text. and inside the earnings disclaimer we should see the same thing. And just for the sake of demonstration, imagine that you decide that you don't want this message. If you want to read more about this topic, visit, and you decide that you prefer them to read the content, for instance in the posts, you prefer them to read the content before having them go to visit the review, and you'd rather have the links at the bottom. So you go into general settings, you just hit bottom here and change, for instance, instead of if you want to read more about, if you want to know more about this topic, you save the settings, and here we have the post. It said before if you want to read more, and it was at the top. We just refresh the page, and now this is the post, and boom, the link is at the bottom, and now it says if you want to know more. So see how easy it is to just create links, change the introductory text, change the anchor text to offer some variation, change their position. You don't have to remember what post is linking to what post, because you have all the structures here. You can change everything in a second. It's very, very useful to create internal structures, and I really hope you like it. As said, there will be much more in-depth training videos inside the members area, and I hope to see you on the other side.